Hey, Off-White Coat listeners, it is my privilege to get to tell you about this sweet deal from our friends over at Picmonic. If you haven't heard about Picmonic, it is a fantastic picture-based mnemonic platform that can certainly help out any student. Most of the videos are around 2 minutes long and provide a quick and effective way to memorize material for any upcoming medical exam. It is extremely efficient. They have this search bar function where you can search playlists on general topics like renal to step 1 to step 2, or even first aid and other books. If you want to review the Picmonic for later, you can even make a playlist of your own. Picmonic even has this repetition algorithm that is spaced out according to your learning needs. This helps with increasing long-term retention and allows you to review the right information at the right time. One of my favorite functions is the quizzes that are associated with each Picmonic. I'll take the quiz first and then learn about the associated pictures and what facts I need to sharpen up on. Honestly, Picmonic is a fantastic tool, and if you use our code OFFWHITECOAT, you'll get 20% off. That's Off-White Coat with no spaces. So what are you waiting for? Make studying the easiest part of your day. Sign up with Picmonic and use Off-White Coat to save yourself some money. Hello everyone, I am back with Kunal.
Yeah, we are back. So I'm really happy with what you have done, Jordan. You know, this is really dope, and I'm just wondering, like, how you came up with this idea, man.
Oh, I mean, well, I don't know. You know how when you're going through your applications, you're like thinking of what are your strengths. You know,
yeah, dude.
I don't have any accomplishments. Like everything I've done doesn't equate to what is in the wheelhouse of just a written document, like a little blurb.
Yeah.
So you're like, what have I've researched a couple things, but so I just thought like, hey, what do I do the most? And unfortunately, it is,
run your mouth.
I run my mouth. Yeah. The gift of gab, baby. Yeah. No. But for real though, I'm in so much contact with like so many great people like yourself. Like, I'm with so many people. Like I talk to y'all all the time. I just like, that's how I go. I'm very present in what I'm doing around. And so I just wanted to like kind of set up a space. I felt like there wasn't enough spaces for like medical students, like the whole journey, and like for people to like say what they really feel. Like what we were talking about earlier with like how much bullshit we have to pay and stuff like that. Nobody's saying anything, and that's fine. But like I figured, why not just get like, and give us some time, give my people a chance to say what they want to say.
It's like, it's definitely like a very like stripped down take of like just normal people that are trying to become doctors, you know? You see, like, okay, I have like my qualms with like people that will post stuff on social media about being like doctors and stuff. It's a bit too much sometimes, but I mean, it's their grind, it's their hobby, you can say, and I guess in some regards you can respect that. I can respect that, but like that's just not me. You know, like I
some of it seems
it's fluff,
strange,
bro. Like it.
But I understand if that's what you like to do, if that's how you get your interaction, that's one thing. I hate the social media aspect, like of like constantly feeling like I have to post and being like sucked into that machine. I can't do it. Yeah. I literally, like, I don't think I posted once in the past year and it was terrible. It didn't go over well.
Sometimes I see like a lot of these like med influencers, right? Like, who will make posts of like them in the hospital, and I'm like, yo, like this is just like a recipe for like a HIPAA violation.
Yes, well, for one, and then also it's just so like. It feels like a flex, like you're like trying to like get like a dude trying to get some girls or something, because he's like got his like surgeon mask barely hanging on, like just delivered a baby.
Yeah,
you know.
No, you didn't.
You're a
fucking third year, bro. You didn't deliver the baby. At best, you probably pulled the placenta out afterwards.
Yeah, it's like first delivery, you know. But I had to get a photo of it. You know, it's like. Why are we wasting so much time in the middle of like where you could be like soaking in all this knowledge? Like we're like, first night on call.
Yeah, no.
Like
you're not doing shit.
The struggle's real.
You're a fucking student. You haven't done shit yet. Like, I know that because I've done it too. Like, when
it's just weird to post it like you want everyone to see it, and like the worst thing is when you want everyone to see and it's not like credible. It's not substantial. It's like first night on call, we're making it. And you're first night on call, bro. You're about to do.
You're fucking doing questions in the fucking corner and just waiting until like a fucking resident like summons you to do some shit. Like run the COVID test that we got on this patient down to the lab in the basement. That is the extent of the work that you're doing.
So true. Hey, sir, could you run up there and get some blood? Or hey, can you just take this script, go down there and put it in the chart?
Exactly. That's all you're fucking doing. Oh, yo, like, they just got the EKG on this patient.
Would you like to watch me put something in?
You can watch me put in the central line and just sit there in the corner and shut the fuck up. And
yeah, and it just seems like, and then once you're in it, right? Like you are a student, you know these people. And I know from the outside, everybody that wants to be that, like, on that level, they want to be in the rotations. Like, I know that feeling because I guess I looked up kind of to them too. Like, you're like, oh yeah, you making it. Like, that looks good. That looks so much fun. So you go, and I can see why it grabs followers. But it's so frustrating because they are... You know that it's bullshit.
It's bullshit.
Because it's just like it's not that impressive because you've done it and you're like and it's not that it's not so amazing. Like delivering birth, right? I saw
it's crazy.
A vaginal delivery.
Yo, there's
literally
a tiny human coming out of someone's vagina. That is wild.
And the whole concept of trying to get it out, and no problems, and just like working with the mother and doing all that, like that was so much fun for me. And we can talk about that later, but like. To just immediately go and post it, like still, the funny thing is them like still like completely scrubbed up. Like they were like wearing the gowns, the surgical gowns, wearing the goggles, like wearing the gloves that they should have discarded it, but they pulled their phone out and took a photo with it. And so it's like, why are you you're not even
I have this theory that like people that fucking take pictures within the OR definitely didn't have a real surgery rotation. Because when I rotated in surgery, I was so shit scared to even have my phone in the fucking OR.
It depends on who you're with. But if you are with somebody that is like not going to take any bullshit, then they're not going to allow that.
They're
phone.
Not. No,
and not from a student. Just flip it on their Instagram. Like, no chance.
Yeah.
And in mine, it's the same way. Like, I guess I could have... But, like, to those doctors, maybe the doctors that these students are working on, they have Instagrams for themselves and they want to show some clout.
I mean, at the end of the day, this is just a rant. You do you. If this is something that you like to do, go do it. Like, we're just being fuckers and just complaining about it. But
It's just not what my cup of tea, you know? It's,
It's just a rant. I love to hate it.
I love to hate it. Because it's unsterile.
Yeah.
And like, some of it's like, they're like...
You're breaking the fucking sterile field.
So we know that the surgery's over. Yeah. Or some shit's going, you know. But, I mean, there's a lot of cool things, though. I loved my surgery rotation. Anything crazy happen in your surgery rotation?
It was me doing a bunch of dumb shit and saying a bunch of dumb shit.
Elaborate, please.
So I did an orthopedic surgery rotation. The bulk of it was actually like outpatient, like MSK work. Like I was just in the clinic. There was this one patient. It was a really cool kid. Like, unfortunately, he got shot in his spinal cord, or like the bullet pierced his spine, and he was paralyzed from the waist down. And I was tasked with, at least going to see the patient first before like the attending physician saw him. And, I was just getting like a basic history. It was more of just like just a checkup, but, I was just asking him how he's feeling, all this stuff. So when the interview concluded, I was like, okay, I'm just going to go talk to our doctor, see what he recommends, and then I'll come back and talk to you, and we'll go from there. So sit tight. And then the patient looks at me. He's like, dog, I'm in a fucking wheelchair. All I do is fucking sit tight. And at that moment, I knew I fucked up.
Yeah. Sometimes the funny, when a patient gives you like a funny throwback at you, you're like, yo. Which, I mean, some people are really funny, some people are hella annoying. But, I mean, some people just brighten your day.
He was, like, laughing. Him and his dad were there.
Like, sometimes, and they're in shitty situations.
Yeah.
And they'll just, but still people find way better humor than even I'm impressed with how, the fortitude.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, I don't stand. You're like, oh,
they were, like, laughing so hard. I was, like, uncomfortably laughing. So I, like,
and you're sweating.
I'm exiting the door, and the patient's like, hey, don't kill me. It's like, oh, I won't.
You're like, don't worry, I will just be holding the retractor. I have no part.
Yeah.
The surgeon may kill you, though. No, I'm just kidding.
So, yeah, in a nutshell, third and fourth year of medical school, the learning happens by just, continuously fucking up. And there's no way around it. You learn by making mistakes.
I got a good point to that. I recently just started OB. And in my first week, there was all these students in my rotation also have not, 3 of the students, there's 5. 3 of the students have not had any other rotation. And the other student has had like IM and psych and a couple other ones, but they haven't had, surgery and they haven't had OB. Yeah. So, when they got to OB, they had no scrub training. And so, like, the whole scrub training, getting in there, doing the whole prepping for a surgery process is actually very difficult. And then there's a couple steps that you should. It's not, like, once you get used to it.
And it doesn't help when you have, like, a mean scrub tech.
And we have a little feisty black lady, and honestly, you love her. You would love her once you're on her side, right? And all it takes is doing it once or twice. But before it will happen. So, like, I've done it before, so I was kind of lucky going in. So I know how to do it. You scrub, get it done. I even go early, scrub early so I can do the ab guard, get that stuff on so that I can get in there. Because I hate starting the surgery after it's already, like, once they're in and you're still scrubbing away. Like, they just go in, get out, and you're still in there scrubbing, and then you get there and all the scrub tech, all of them have pushed everything, and they're trying to gown you. That's annoying for them, and it looks bad on you. So, like, I try not to do that because it's just like they've already started, and then they're like, oh, come stand over here while they're already cutting. It's just not, so try not to do that one. But this girl, so I do all this other prep work getting ready for it. She is not used to it. So this is her, like, first surgery. She's outside scrubbing. Obviously she's nervous, but she was outside, like, scrubbing her hands. Like, we were inside with a patient. Doctors were in there. She's scrubbing. The doctors go in. They clean their hand, scrub, clean, come out, get gowned up. Girl's still in there scrubbing. And so the scrub tech, she's like, girl, get on in here. She's like, you gonna scrub your skin off. And so she's like, get it. She's like, and so the girl's nervous. She's left-handed. The girl presents her the right-handed glove first. Yeah. And so she, like, doesn't reach for it. And then she gets her hand in, but it doesn't, like, properly go in.
Oh, I fuck that up all the time.
I fuck it up all the time. I still fuck it up. Yeah. Even now, I'll miss a finger. Yeah. And I'll be like, you son of a bitch. Yeah. And I'll have to, like, get it in either, and then she doesn't know to grab it, the other glove. So it's very obvious that she doesn't know what to do because she doesn't grab the other glove and she tries to shove her left hand in. Yeah. And then, like, that's even worse. And so then she's got, like, 2 gloves looking like, what is it, like Dopey or what is the...
She doesn't know to adjust
or whatever. Is it Dopey, the little dwarf that has the gloves that hang out way over his hands?
Or I think it's the sleeves.
Or the sleeves. Sleeves, yeah. So either way, she looked like that. She's trying to get them up. Yeah. And then she presents the other one, and I'm like, you got to grab it, because I'm, like, putting her gown on. One student can go in. Yeah. I'm, like, watching, but I had done the one before, and And it's no offense. It's just like when you don't know what to do, you don't know what to do, and it's obvious.
Yeah.
We talked about something a little bit about that earlier. Like, you can tell when someone's not used to that an experience because none of us know what to do. I fucked up the first time, and I had to keep gowning in and out because they kept making me, like, gown out because I, like, raised my hands too high.
Oh, yeah, I got gowned out because, like,
I went to shrug my shoulder.
Too far up, like, close to my face.
Yeah. And so, by the time I got in, the surgery was over. I got in as they were closing up. And they were like, oh, what's your name? I was like, Jordan. They said, okay, cool, the surgery's over. I was like, I fucked up so badly because all they got was that my name is Jordan. And hello, doctor, I'll be with you for next week.
So third and fourth year, you know, you just have to just have like thick skin. Like, that's how you get through it.
And
like,
it will be, and I look
people
good
will
now.
shit on you, and it's to no fault of your own. It's just that like you're literally thrown in the middle of like how things are done, and you don't know what the fuck is going on. You're bound to make mistakes. So,
you're gonna make mistakes.
Yeah.
I mean, even if you think everything is like you've got everything lined up, like, and that's what you need to do to be decent in surgery. You need to like look at the surgery before you go into it, like have a like map out of what they're gonna do, because like heaven forbid they just look to you and say, hey, do you know what this is? That can mean like that surgeon like actually asking you another question and liking you or not, but also like that's the one thing you're gonna say.
Yeah.
Like he's just asking you one thing, so like just and plus like you're like, oh, just like, you know, just standing there holding the thing, not paying attention, it can kind of, you know, it'll be hella boring. It's already, you know, heaven forbid what was the longest surgery you went into? That's a good one.
There are a couple. One of them was I did 2 back-to-back, like 5-hour, ankle reconstruction surgeries.
Okay.
Then there was one. It wasn't that long. It was probably like 3.5, 4 hours, but it was a burn case. So they jacked up the heat in the room. Mm-hmm. So it's hot as fuck in there, and you're just in this fucking OR room like for 4 hours, and that was pretty rough. I think the longest surgery I've been in is probably like 6 hours.
Yeah, the longest case I've ever been in was like a cabbage, and it was like I'm not sure about how long it usually is. I think it's supposed to be like 4 or 5 hours. Yeah. But mine was like 6, 7. I had to pee so bad by the end of it. Uh-huh. And plus, like, have you seen a cabbage?
I have not. I didn't see any like CT surgeries at my hospital.
Oh yeah, that was a good thing about the hospital I did. We did a CT. Now it's tough because it's a 6-hour surgery, and so it's hard to imagine if you're listening to the podcast how it works, but the cardiothoracic surgeon is he is at the top of the body, like at the chest where the heart is, sawing, getting through the ribs and everything, trying to visualize the heart and be able to work where he's reconnecting the blood vessels. What they need next, though, is the blood vessels. So you essentially, when you're doing a cabbage, which is a coronary artery bypass graft, what you need to do is you have faulty blood vessels, and your heart uses the most oxygen. It needs the most oxygen out of your whole body. It's the pump that gets the blood throughout the whole body. So if you've got a heart attack and you have multiple areas of blockage, what it can do is it can be very, very serious, and it can't be fixed with just medication or like a stent. So you got to go in there and you got to take another vessel, which is what they do. They take a vessel out of your leg, like a vein out of your leg, and they take it and they attach it to where one of the arteries that your heart would go to. Like, they take out the bad one and put the new one in, and then hopefully it actually reinstitutes blood flow to that area. And so when you get that, it's a pretty complex surgery. So what you have to do is revert like the blood from the heart. So your body is pumping blood to the heart, and the heart is pumping blood throughout the body. What you have to do is set up a machine to where the blood goes to the machine, and then the machine gives it oxygen and then circulates it through the rest of the body. You have to take the heart completely out of the equation so that you can cut and work on it.
Yeah.
Take the blood flow. And so there's a surgeon working on it, and he is at the heart. And then you've got the veins. They're getting out of the leg, the saphenous vein, right out of the like medial aspect of the leg. He's into his Naran Gaggers, like, his high neighbors. Either way,
high neighbors is a beer, by the way. Like,
no, it's not. It's called the. Give him a chance. Say it for him.
It's called Narragansett. Narragansett.
Hey, if you want to be a sponsor, come on, because we fucking love the high neighbor. He likes that. We gave him multiple beers this afternoon, and I'm gonna tell you one thing. He chose this one.
We're fond of our AST ALT levels to be at a 2-to-1 ratio. So.
What were we just saying though?
The cabbage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you have one guy at the top, and you've got the PAs working from the bottom. Where are you standing? You're standing in the middle.
Yeah.
And they're working down towards you. Mm-hmm. Where does the machine pipes go? Down the middle, because normally you're not there.
Yeah.
So the machine goes through the middle and they work up. So you're just standing there with the machine pipes going through your legs. You're just like not doing shit. You're just watching one person work on one side, one person work on the other side, all of them ignoring you. And I stood there for 6, maybe it was like 7, 8, like it was a tough one or whatever.
Bottom line.
They made me move to the head of the bed once they got close enough to me. They were like, oh shit, like now you have to move.
Bottom line, you don't understand the reality of how incompetent we are as medical students until you are you scrub into a surgery and just stand there.
Yeah. Where
and your only job is to just maneuver away from the fucking surgeon until like just don't get in the way.
Yes, don't get in the way.
At best, your best role could just be like you're in charge of just suctioning out the blood.
Yeah.
Even that,
they're just waiting for it to pull up so that they can just like dab it with one of the lap pads.
Yeah,
which would do a way better job than the suction thing that you're swinging around. But it's better at estimating the blood loss. So you swing your wand around.
So one of the first surgeries I had scrubbed into was a lap chole, like laparoscopic cholecystectomy. They were trying to remove the gallbladder, right? Very common surgery that's done in like general surgery. You'd see a bunch of them. After a while, they get boring as fuck. But I scrubbed in. I had like one of those like fucking face visors, and I don't know if this happens to most people. I feel like it does, but like no one ever like acknowledges it. But like my fucking, whether it's fucking goggles or like a face shield, it always fogs up. And I was tasked with holding like the laparoscope, like the camera, as the resident was going in and trying to remove the gallbladder. So I was doing the best I can, but my fucking visor was fogged the fuck up. And
yo, the mask with the visors.
Yeah, I could not fucking see, and then
it stabs me in the eye. I'm like,
And then after I'm like, yo, this resident's gonna yell at me at some point because I'm not properly guiding. Thankfully, he was chill as fuck. And he just like at a certain point he just turns to me. He's like, hey man, like, would you ever want Stevie Wonders to do your surgery? I'm like, no. It's like, then guide me properly.
Was he blind?
No, but I was blind.
Oh, I was like, wait, you said Stevie Wonders.
The resident is like, hey, you want Stevie Wonders to be doing your surgery? Uh-huh. He's like,
and then you were like, no, obviously not.
He's like, yeah. And then he's like, then fucking guide me properly.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying, because like the way it's said though is more like that he is the blind one. Like he's like, you want me to be blind, and you're blind.
He could have been. I mean, I would just.
You were blind. He was blind too.
Yeah, it was the blind leading the blind.
I don't know. Stevie Wonder's made some good music though.
Yeah, but you can't do.
I bet he was terrible. You don't know that. Back in his day,
maybe. Stevie Wonder's in his prime could remove your fucking gallbladder. This podcast is brought to you by Stevie Wonder's.
Fucking wish, man. Tell him I put his music as the opening. But do you really want to know what the optimal music that I could get would be? You were asking.
Oh yeah. What is it? Yeah. What is your intro? To
if
this,
I could pick
podcast?
A song that is the best song to describe the best song. Yeah. I would get have you ever heard of Dr. Feelgood?
No, I have not. Dr. Feelgood.
You fucking piece of garbage. No,
is it like it
doesn't matter. It's a song by Motley Crue. Do you know who Motley Crue is?
Oh, I know you like Motley Crue a lot, though. I don't actively listen to them, but like I know because we've had like multiple conversations about your love for them, or like the
yes. Shout out to Motley Crue. Out of everybody else that we bullshit,
the movie that
out.
Machine Gun Kelly was in, right? Like
yeah. Well, The Dirt was a damn good movie.
Yeah.
But it was because I read the book, and the book was way more interesting.
Also, okay, wait.
Their stories in that one.
Moving to like the more important shit out of this entire discussion that we've had for the past 2 hours. Machine Gun Kelly and Megan Fox, is that a real relationship? I think it's all like just a media stunt, yo.
You think?
Bro, why the fuck are like Megan Fox and Kourtney Kardashian just like hanging out and being best buds, like, and they both happen to be dating like these like punk.
But it's because they're friends. Like,
are they
Machine
friends?
Gun Kelly and Travis Barker are friends. They gotta be friends, dude. No, they are definitely. They gotta be. Like, I'm not trying to be an advocate. Like, I know Machine Gun Kelly.
Yeah,
I don't know him. I definitely like have followed him. Like, he's like only like a year or two older than I am. You're like 2 years, but yeah. I've kind of followed him since I was like 18. So like right at 17,
I've never listened to his music.
I know you didn't, but it was just like I don't know. Why, we kind of went through this.
He's a rapper.
He refers to it as very beginning. It was very similar to mine, kind of similar in an Eminem way to just like where like the struggle kind of matches with
what is the
angst
struggle?
No, he was just like rapping about like not understanding, having family issues, and just I don't know, being loyal to your crew and blah blah blah, and it just kind of like. I don't know. He's got a hella good flow. And so I was like, dude, this guy, in my opinion, I definitely agree. But I know at least enough that I'm like, I know that he met Travis Barker and they're like homies, like they like have at least. Like,
who the fuck is Travis Barker? Is he a drummer for Blink-182?
I'm about to fuck you up, Kunal.
Yo, you're talking to an Indian boy. Like,
he
was a drummer for Blink-182.
The fact that he at first, yes.
Okay, I knew that. Subconsciously, I knew that. I needed confirmation.
Shout out to Travis Barker. I've seen you live. You are a fucking man.
Okay.
You have inspired me. I wish I had tattoos like you do. No, I'm just kidding. But no, for real, Kunal, we got to get you fucking. Like I know you like to insult me on my music taste, but damn it,
I never insulted you on your music taste.
Yeah.
I agree with maybe like 45 to 50% of your music taste.
My shit slaps. The women love it.
Yeah. I'm more of like a funk man myself.
Ah, okay. Yeah. I'm more of the
funk, hip hop, and like chill electronic music and R&B. Those are like my top genres.
I mean, I like all of that stuff too. Yeah. I love some like rock. I fucking love when someone shreds on the drums. That's why I like Travis Barker. Like I love that whole fucking when you take the drums and you just like fucking go to town. Like when you have that talent and you can make it just like that fucking wild chaos into just like and just making it. Those people are just awesome.
Plus, they'd be fucking great to party with.
Probably, yeah.
Either way, though, Dr. Feelgood would be the best. There's an intro to the song, and they got like a guitar solo, and it's like dun 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 dun. Yeah, that shit would be the one. Oh, what you were getting to though was Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly.
Oh yeah,
they're friends. First off, I'm pretty sure. So that's why, like, because they've even collaborated on like 3 albums. So as long as they're at least working partners, so that explains why they are always together.
You mean Travis Barker?
Travis Barker and Machine Gun Kelly. Okay. But the Machine Gun Kelly and Megan Fox.
I think like probably both parties have like an attraction to their definitely, but it is definitely like there is a publicity stunt involved.
I think too. Yeah, it's weird because like
what the fuck are like Megan Fox and like Kourtney Kardashian having these weird ass fucking.
I think
shoots?
They know that if they take the photos, everybody's gonna love it because everybody. It's odd because like. Even Mary Beth, my girlfriend, Mary Beth, she loves seeing them together, like that weird amalgamation, because the fact that it's like a guy that is willing to step outside of the boundaries and do kind of crazy shit, dye his nails, like wear some shit on his face, like tat it up, like kind of out, but then he's got like the fine girl right beside him, like, yeah, and she is like, it's weird because I've always Transformers. I was like, damn, Megan Fox,
of
babe.
Of course.
Everybody knows she's a babe, but then like some of what,
but she hasn't been relevant, that's my point. It's like,
but now she is
because of this.
So she's not going to give it up.
Like even Machine Gun Kelly, like okay, like you aside, and
they're definitely like fucking. I just don't know if it's like a weird like.
Like, I can't tell you a fucking song that Machine Gun Kelly has put out. All I know is that he, like, maybe, like, questionably beat Eminem in that fucking rap battle.
That's a good
that is
question.
my only
He can't think of any song, and then he chooses the most, like, where he tried his hardest, and he was like, that's a good one, though. I mean, yeah, it was definitely questionable. Yeah. Like, the only thing is, like, Eminem is tough because I loved like I grew up listening to Eminem, so that's why almost it felt like Machine Gun Kelly at first was a good step off point. Like I don't know, like I was like, oh, this guy. That's how maybe I don't even remember how I first found out. It was definitely his like Lace Up first ever EP kind of thing. I don't know how I stumbled across it.
I don't know.
It was Almost Famous for sure. I love the fact that he had Almost Famous tattooed on him. Have you ever seen the movie Almost Famous?
Wait, who's in that movie?
Hudson. What's that girl's name with the blonde hair?
Jennifer? No.
The blonde hair.
Kate Hudson.
I think that's her. Either way, and besides that, it's not.
Okay.
But it's like a coming of age story. My dad always made us watch it.
Yeah.
It's like a guy, a kid that pretends to be 18. He's like actually 16, 15, some shit. And he's like pretends to be that to the Rolling Stones. And they put him out there with an actual band. And they make him like the actual reporter for this band. And he has to write a story. And then if they find out and it's actually on the Rolling Stones. It's actually a true story, but like Hollywood's twist on it. So like
Hollywoodified.
Yeah, it's like supposed to be. I think it's supposed to be the Allman Brothers. Do you know who the Allman Brothers are?
No, I don't.
I'm about to shout out to the Allman Brothers as well. Greg Allman.
This is like deep American.
Greg Allman, you sang at my graduation. So
really,
fuck Kunal. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, it's just fine. You just don't. You're very uncultured. I'm just kidding.
All right, Kunal. That's about our time. We're getting the signal, so we're about to have to wrap this up. But thank you, everyone, for listening. It's been a great time. Enjoying my time with you here. Thank you, everybody. I hope you enjoyed. Peace. Hey, everyone. I want to take this time to tell you about our friends over at TrueLearn. They have this top-of-the-line test bank that is perfect for any upcoming board exams that you may have. They have test banks for all types of exams. So whether you're studying for medical school, nursing school, OT, pharmacy, and others like speech pathology, TrueLearn is the way to go. If you're like me and going through medical school, they have question banks for all the big exams, like Step 1, Step 2, and Step 3. with quality assessments for each exam. Look, I know we didn't go into healthcare because we love taking tests. This is the hard part of the job. Make it easy on yourself with TrueLearn. Sign up now with the code OFFWHITECOAT to get $25 off your purchase. That's OFF white coat, no spaces, to get $25 off your purchase. This is a test bank that you do not want to pass up on. Make this easy on yourself. Take the deal, pass your boards, and get back to enjoying the reason you went into healthcare. And make sure to use Off White Coat when you pick